Hello, everyone. Today is a Wednesday, and this is Brother Benson Media. We are here with three of us. That is Makobura and Vera. Today, we want to look at social media. And the question that we are asking, has social media ruined our society? So, as you know, social media is the order of the day nowadays. Everything is in social media. We have Google, Facebook, TikTok, all platforms. So we want to look at uh, what part has it played in our society, in terms of our societal norms, in terms of our relationship, in terms of how we do things. So my question to you, do you think that social media has ruined our society, maybe our life? So let me start with Vera. Vera, what do you think? Uh,
Mhm. Like social media, yeah. Hello.
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, like I was saying,
Yeah.
social media has ruined our life to some extent, but to some extent,
Hmm.
it has also positively elevated our lives. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it has obviously something with a negative effect must have a positive effect, right?
Hmm. So, Makobura, what do you
Yeah.
think about social media?
Social media has played social media has, there are positive advantages or positive things that social media has helped us in, and again there is the negative part. So when we talk about social media, I think these are platforms where people interact, and these platforms there's several. Among them are Facebook, WhatsApp, Tinder, Bakaya, uh, Twitter, or X. There's so many. So I think social media, depending on what you really want with social media and what your intentions are, we can either say there are positive parts or negative bits at the same time.
Okay. I just want to ask you about social media, because when you look at social media, there's some, do I say, behavior that sometimes we exhibit, you know, and people might think like, okay, due to social media, that our behavior has changed. Do you think the behavior has changed because of social media, or it's just that the nature of humanity that they decided to do that? Vera?
Uh, am I supposed to speak or it's Vera's turn?
Maybe Vera can tell us something about the behavior in terms of, are we exhibiting those,
Okay,
the behavior that we
slowly. May
might
you
be
pardon, please?
seeing in the social media as caused by maybe peer pressure, or what are these behaviors that we are seeing that sometimes are not normal to us in terms of the African societal um, upbringings? Oh, Vera is stuck, right? um, Hello, Makobuda, you can continue. Then Vera can log in.
Okay, I think your question, you were asking whether it has. Did you? What was your specific question, please?
I was asking about the social media. There's some behavior that we are exhibiting or we are seeing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And people, the society tend to say that those ones are being due to social media. Without social media, we could have not been exhibiting these behaviors. So my question to you is like those behaviors, are we doing them because of peer pressure, or we are doing them because of social media?
I don't really think we are doing or people are getting into a certain behavior because of social media.
Mhm.
Remember, uh, for someone to exhibit a certain behavior, for someone to try follow a certain behavior,
Mm.
they must have made that decision. So we wouldn't really be right when we say that social media has made people behave in a specific style or way, because people make final decisions uh, depending on what someone wants and the intentions. They will always
Okay,
choose
Marco
a
Bura,
behavior.
there's a complaint of sound that nobody is getting us because of sound. So I don't know where the problem is. Are you getting the sound? Hey, eh, let me they are complaining about the sound. They cannot hear us.
Getting
Can
you, some are saying they're getting us, some are saying they're not.
so if you cannot hear us, just if you can listen to us, let us know if you are listening to us. If you're listening to us, just write it there, Mr. Oteng. Um, just if you're getting the sound, if you can hear us, kindly let us know if you can hear us, because like I feel like somebody saying they cannot hear us. Let me just um try something here. Can are you do you get the sound there? Hissing sound from your side? Is there a problem with your sound, Makobura?
No, mine is okay. Mine is
What about
okay.
Vera? Because like the sound is okay. Okay, I'm seeing Oteng is saying the sound is okay. Okay, so maybe let us continue about the social media, what you're talking about.
Yes, yes.
So maybe okay, let me frame this question, because like I think like we were off the chart.
Yeah, mine is okay.
How has social media affected our lives?
Mine is
That is kind of like simple. Vera.
okay.
Vera,
Um
can you hear us?
sound ya Vera iko na shida, that is somebody saying okay. There's a problem with the sound ya Vera. Let me see something about Vera. Makobura,
Yes.
has social media affected our lives?
Yeah, it has. It has really affected our lives, especially the kids,
Uh-huh.
because most of the time you'll find that not only kids but even adults, they tend to, whatever they see in social media, they tend to want to behave in that same manner. So in a
Mhm,
way, it has affected our lives.
mhm,
Again, there is something we call cyberbullying.
mhm,
It has also affected, especially the kids. Some
mhm.
of them have been bullied in social media, and that has led to several problems,
Yeah.
like depression, anxiety. For example, when the kids or people who are still young, whenever they see these dirty things, sometimes they will have this mentality of trying wanting to try the things they've seen in social media. So in a way, it has affected the kids, and some of them, to some extent, the kids have gotten into depression. Either way, some have gotten into depression, some are too anxious, they want to know how things are working. So there are so many ways I would say that social media has affected the lives of both the kids and even the adults.
Okay, you talked about cyberbullying, yeah? And this is when you come to cyberbullying, is that, and we have also body shaming, especially when something happens to you, or something is posted there, you will see like kind of comments that sometimes do not are not very positive, and that is cyberbullying. Then how can you deal in such situation whereby if you find yourself you're a victim of cyberbullying, how can you deal with that?
Sometimes it's always tough because most of the time you'll find that the people who might be bullying you in that manner, the people with very strange intentions. So I think the only way you can avoid cyberbullying is one, either for example, when you're in Facebook, you try to ensure that your security is tight,
Mhm.
and you try to ensure that the settings that you've put in place are
Mhm.
those that will ensure that you don't just get tagged or messages from strange people.
Mhm.
And again, it's another way is not just clicking on any link that you've seen without verifying or ensuring that it is a legit, it's a site that will not take you to bad websites. So in a way, it's just a precaution that an individual has to make
Mhm.
by ensuring they tighten their security, and also the level of anxiousness. They try not to get into sites that they are not really, the sites that they are not very much aware of. They
Mhm.
should try to avoid those ones, because whenever you get into such sites,
Mhm.
this is when someone will try to get or hack your information and then try to cyberbully you.
Okay, thank you very much. And I would go to the comments. I'm seeing our viewers are contributing. Most of our viewers are contributing very positive word. We have somebody, um, engineer Okech. Social media has really changed the way people used to live in the society. I agree with that. So when that is kind of like very general, but like the way people live in society, it can be very positive or negative. I agree with what Engineer Okech is saying. I don't know if you agree with him too, because let's say, for example, how did we live back in the days? And how are we living with the social media that we have today? Because for one, there are some positive part of the social media that we have, and there's some negative part of it. So if I want to go to the negativity part of it, you've talked about the cyberbullying. That um, has also affected people either mentally, because if you are if for example you get this cyberbullying, it drains your mentor, then you can there's that anxiety and depression might also come in due to that. So I agree with that fully. Maybe Mr. Oteng, it has brought a lot of pressure amongst the youths as they compare themselves to those posting Porsche lifestyle. Yes. What can you say about the lifestyle when it comes to the real life of lifestyle in the social media and the real life in the ground? Yeah, unapata ground vitu ni different.
Yeah, it is true, especially most of Kenyan celebrity, not just Kenyan celebrity, but so many celebrities, they tend to fake life just
Mm.
because they're finding social media as a way of trying uh, to lie to the people, so that
Mhm.
the people would have this view that they're successful in a way. But the truth of the matter is, kwa ground unapata vitu ni tofauti.
Mm. So,
So
mhm. Go
there
ahead.
is much, and the fact is there are positive parts
Mhm.
that social media has helped. That's true, but again, there are negative parts that it has also brought.
Yeah, Vera, I can see Vera is back. Vera, we were just talking about the how the social media has affected our lives. That those who are commenting it very positively, which we agree with them, and that those are saying it negatively. So, especially you as a young lady who is trying to find a niche or has already find a niche, how has social media, especially in your life, has shaped you? Uh, the life that you're living currently, has it affected you negatively or positively? Hello, Vera. Vera seems to be having a network issue. Yeah, I think yeah. So, Makobura, maybe you are a young person, and I know you have like majority of these social media accounts. How have you managed it in a way such that you don't go into depression, or you don't have to have that peer pressure, in your life, so that you work at your own pace?
I think I've managed that by ensuring that there's specific sites, so there's some sites that I would never tend, or would never want to click or to
Mhm.
get any information in, because uh, there are these sites that
Because,
um
for example, information sharing, even right now we are
I
doing
think
is
Vera
sharing
still
an
has that
information or passing an information.
problem again. I think like Vera has a problem too. I think maybe the net might be not stable. And thank you, Good here, for your support. You are always here, and thank you so much for your support. So, Makobura, um, maybe as yourself, what have you done?
I've simply ensured that the security of my social media very well.
Mhm.
I've looked very well into my settings, and I've ensured that I have a tight security, and I've also ensured that whenever I'm getting into my social media accounts, I get a prompt message that will then allow me to get into it. And that has ensured that no one has the capacity to hack my account, because remember, most of these bullies, they tend to hack into your accounts, and then they try to start posting things that are not very good. Most of it are sexual things, which are not really good for social media. So I think most of what I've done is high security. And again, I tend not to just click on any link that I've found.
Mhm.
And again, I've also ensured that among the things that I follow, or
Mhm.
the things that I follow are things that I have good knowledge of, and I'm sure of, and I know the content that they have.
Okay, now let's come to the family setup. I hope you might have been lucky to live in rural setup, whereby the family would come together and people would communicate. So if you compare right now, it is all about the social media. You might come into the house, people are almost, maybe people wants to have dinner, then everybody is on the phone. And you know how has it worked, or how has it affected the communication, one-on-one physical communication between family members? Has it broken that family members whereby people cannot communicate well, or what do you think about that? Hello, Makobura. Okay, seemingly we have also a problem today with Makobura, but like I was just looking at the social media about the family level that I've really asked about Makobura. One thing that we've noticed with the social media, as much as we might say that the social media will always bring us together, like is a global world in a small global world, and is brought to our space, and like a family coming together. For instance, if you have a Facebook account, you will get friends and everywhere, like you might communicate. But one thing that it has also cost us, we have to accept that family kind of like the family reunion that has been broken. As much as we might think we are coming together as a family members, in the mind we know we are coming together, but like in the real sense, it's putting us apart. Makobura, how are you? You're back.
Yeah, I had some few network problem.
Oh, okay, no problem. So I was just asking you about the family and communication with the social media. How has it how has it affected the family and communication?
In some way, there are there are some positive things that we've learned in social media. There are also some negative things that we've learned in social media. uh, so it's unless you're specific with your question, when it comes to
Mm. When it comes to
for example, when it comes to let's say respect, maybe in the family or in the house, uh,
Mhm.
this part, there are some group of people that use social media to educate people.
Yeah.
So if suppose you are following this group of people, it's automatic that you will somehow get to
Hmm.
learn some positive things that will help you in one way or another.
Hmm.
But again, when you are following things that are not worth,
Hmm.
it is obvious that it will change your life negatively.
Okay. So when you look at the setup of the family, yeah, in terms of communication, do you think it has played a major role in cementing the communication values in our family or in our society, or it has affected it by taking away that and we bring it on a social media?
Yeah, in some way, there's some people who are simply misusing social media. Everything that they are going through, any place that they are going to, uh, I think there's a limit to which someone should use social media
Hmm.
to expose what they are doing. But there's a limit to which, like, there's some most of celebrities, some of them,
Hmm.
when they're cooking, they want to show us on social media when they're dressing, when they're walking, when they're in their car. This is really affecting them in a way because there's no way you can be on social media 24/7. It affects it affects you in so many ways. One, you'll not have a good concentration, and once again you're not with that social media, you
Hmm.
become a you'll become an addict to an extent that once you are not with the social media thing,
Hmm.
you'll either get into depression, and depression might lead to so many things, among them anxiety and even death.
Okay. As much as we might say that social media, we use this as social media, but when you look at ourselves right now, even everybody, has it made us to be antisocial, such that sometimes we don't get together physically Yeah, maybe even to do some of the cultural. You can remember when we had the COVID, most of the things were done virtually, and maybe if you want to have like family gathering, and people would go through virtual, and that one is making us not to socialize physically. Yeah, but to, yeah, so that one is creating that distance of antisocial. We develop that. Do you agree with that, or you have opinion on it?
Sorry.
I'm talking about antisocial, you know with, because we are so much in the social media, so we don't socialize physically.
Yes, there are so many people who express their. Uh, there are so many people who express everything that they are doing in social media. I know of so many people who are fully into social media. Whenever they feel offended, whenever they want to express themselves, the only thing they do is they use social media. So it has affected how we interact with people. Remember,
Yeah.
some days back, we never had these gadgets, and the relationship that we had with this specific individual was one that was good. But social media is in some way has ruined it, because the moment, if those days when you would
Mhm.
interact with someone, you'd
Mhm.
get to feel and to see how they behave, and that would really help in a way to get to know whether they are being real or not. So in a way, it has affected the relationship that we have with each other in so many ways.
Okay, this is what good
And
my friend Goodyear is saying. Not only has social media affects the children in different ways, but it has also destroyed their lives, and the ones who can't keep up end up taking their lives, which is sad. And that is what we call high expectation. Sometimes when you come to social media, yeah, you come with high expectation based on what you are seeing, or and if you cannot match maybe your peers, what else will you do? You will end up taking your life. So for instance, we know of some of our celebrities. Immediately you become famous, what you do, you have to kind of like you want to be somewhere, but in the long run you do not have the resources to maintain that social status. What is the next thing that happens? Depression, or some of the maybe end up losing their lives. So can you talk something about addiction?
yeah, addiction is, addiction comes when someone continuously uses a specific thing or brand or product.
Mhm.
There are people who continuously use social media, and to an extent, whenever they don't get in social media, addiction comes when your mind is used to doing a specific thing. And again,
Mhm.
when mind gets used to a specific thing, it will
Yeah.
tend to get some happiness in it. So the
Mhm.
moment the people who are addicted to social media, the moment they are unable to get into social media,
Mhm.
automatically their mind, since it is set that once they are there and the content that is there will make them somehow happy. Once they don't get that, it's automatic that it's going to affect their mind and how they reason and how they
Mhm.
feel. Some of them end up even getting sick. So it has, in so many ways, again, affected how the mind behaves. It's actually like a drug in a way, because
Mhm.
I know of some people who are very much used to social media to an
Mhm.
extent that if their phones are off, you will see them gloomy, you'll see them, they just shift, and
Mhm.
you'll not even see happiness in their face.
Oh, yeah. So that is addiction. Okay, may I take this opportunity to thank the following who are watching us via the Facebook. We have Byron Benitez, thank you so much. Alango, Nyao Yoma, thank you so much. Antipa Sojuang, thank you so much. Your home, we have Mike Sly. Thank you so much from Matt. I know he's from Kisumu. He's a good friend, and thank you for your support. And those are the only. We have Nico Diambo. Nico Diambo also. Thank you so much for participating, talking to us through Facebook. And that's okay. I see we have like a lot of people on Facebook. So apart from the negative part that we've talked about social media, are there some positive that we can get from social media? Because like people just only talk about the negative on how negative has ruined our life or our society, but we are not looking at positive. There are those who have made so much difference or in their lives through social media.
Yeah, it's true. There are so many people who are being paid by social media,
Mhm,
among TikTok, Facebook, depending on the products or the things that they are posting.
mhm,
Once people are interested in it, they will automatically start following and subscribing.
mhm,
And if it reaches a certain level,
mhm,
then they might get being paid. So those are people using social media in a positive way. But again, uh, there are also people or business people who are using social media to sell their products, and in so many ways, social media is one thing that is worldwide, and
mhm.
someone might want something, let's say in some other continent,
Yeah.
but whatever product, we will always get to know about any product anywhere in the world through social media.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
it is true that there are positive things that social media has done. Again, there are also people who are using social media to help people, especially in their professions. For example, some doctors are also in TikTok and social media. They
mhm.
use the platform to educate people, and that has really helped some people to change their life and to try and follow the teachings that they're being given.
Okay, on Facebook again, we have Mark, Mike Onyango, Ben Okello. Thank you so much for participating. Oh, you can also tell us where you're watching us from, and if you have any contribution, you can let us know. So we might post it for our viewers. Any questions so that we might answer that one. We will be answered. So apart from people generate, the majority are generating money out of social media, but uh, when we are looking globally, uh, we have also kind of like when you want to bring in terms of like politics around, do you think like social media has really assisted us in terms of growing our democracy in a way?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
Remember, social media. In social media, there are so many people in social media coming from different continents. So whenever
Mhm,
they share whatever they are, the kind of government or the nations where they are,
mhm,
people will always try to compare. So in a way, uh,
mhm,
again, social media is being used as a tool where people get the information.
mhm,
And remember, social media, it stores so many things.
mhm,
So in a way, it has helped in empowering our democracy, since whenever a specific politician or some group of politicians speak
mhm,
bad to
mhm,
power, there is people will always see that in social media and they will correct him. And once these specific people who said those things, they might change their behavior depending on the comments of the people. So in a way, it has helped to rectify bad behaviors among politicians,
mhm.
and because that is the only way of trying to educate and to even reach the politicians. So in a way, it has helped boost, empower our democracy.
Okay, I'm coming back to you. We have Triple Magoti is watching, Victor Obedi all the way from coastal region of Kenya. Thank you so much. You can also tell us where you're watching us from. Now, we are talking about social media. I know it was not part of it, but like it plays across by ruining our society. It means even in the democracy and the leadership. But when you look at when we use social media, sometimes we do post. We call it the propaganda. Yeah. And when we use propaganda, yeah, no, sometimes we're not giving misinformation. How does giving misinformation developed our democracy? Yeah, because like remember, some of the people or some of the majority have very good following, and if you have a very good following and you post in misinformation about maybe the politics which is not right, how does it now build the democracy of our country?
There are people who thrive in being sycophants and
Mhm.
also behavior of supporting politicians just because they're being given handouts. So remember, social media is a platform where you express yourself and you
Mhm.
express your intentions.
Mhm.
And again, in social media, whenever you post something in social media, there's a group of people that you want to attract,
Mhm.
depending on the information that you have. If suppose
Yeah.
you have information, a propaganda, information with a propaganda in it,
Mhm.
uh, it can still reach the opponents, and that in a way will help them make decisions depending on the issue of discussion that is being talked about at that particular point.
Okay, Vera, I can see you back. Habari ya wewe? Hello Vera. Oh, Vera bado Vera unatusikiza kweli? And please friends, like the video, share and subscribe. Thank you so much. So if you're a friend, and kindly like the video, share and subscribe so we can invite so many people in our platform, so we can talk about issues that are affecting our country. So coming to you again, Vera, can you hear me? Vera has a problem with the with the internet. Makobura, I hope
Yes.
you've always seen whereby if somebody has an issue, especially even relationship issue, you have a problem with your mom in particular. I don't know whether you saw this video that was circulating of one of the celebrity who talked about the misunderstanding between the mother. I don't know whether did you sometimes back such
Yeah,
like
you see.
such like issues. Those are very sensitive issues. When you bring them to social media, yeah, and so many people are reading it and all that. Does it mean that nowadays we don't have secrecy? That's the only place that we feel we can solve our issues, even the internal ones?
Uh, different people solve the issues differently.
Hmm.
There are people who believe that once they express their feelings on social media, they will get sympathy, of which
Hmm.
I think people with weak, they say weak what? Weak emotions. There are
Hmm.
people who come to social media and then they will start sending you so many messages which are even not making sense. If they feel offended, there are people who use that.
Hmm.
But again, there are people who use different means to solve their issues.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't think it is right because remember, social media has every different people with different intentions. Once, for
Mm.
example, you go to social media and then you want to tell people that you are not in good terms with your mom.
Mhm.
Among the people in social media, there are those people with negativity that we would wish that that continue. So of course, when you go to the comments, they will always give you a good reason why you should always continue with the disagreement that you're having with your mom.
Mhm.
But there's also a group of people who will take that opportunity to advise you the right way. You know, if you have a problem like family issues or personal issues, I don't think it is right to take it to social media,
Mhm.
because not everyone in social media is not everyone in social media will give you the right advice,
Mhm.
because you never know what people, the intentions that brought any person or anybody in social media.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see one of my favorite sister. I usually call her Onagi, Faith Ken. That is one of our Onagi Marwa. Thank you so much for supporting us, and may God continue to bless you. By the way, I will be having Ken Faith in the next, I think it's going to be on 8th of next month. We will talk about still the social media, but we will talk about the violence against women, something that is really, really right now is on the rise, especially femicide. So please keep the date with me, as I will be having conversation with Faith Ken. So thank you so much. Makobura, maybe to touch on some, let me see what Goodia is saying. There is too much competition against each other. There is two types of social media. One, education platform, and two, Venn platform, where post exaggerated photos of perfect life to get many views. That is true, and it happens a lot, and so much a lot. And I don't know whether sometimes, like, I feel I might be wrong, especially when we lose, we lost our loved ones. Maybe you lose to your loved one, but you find like somebody is mourning the same time is taking a camera, is capturing herself crying. So I don't know whether that, I don't know how to say it, but like sometimes I fail to understand that how would you mourn the same time having a camera, and then you post it on social media, which is your right to post it, but like it doesn't make sense to me at all. Anyway, people are so created differently. um Makobura, there's also something that we are experiencing with social media. The use of vulgar language is something that is there. Does it mean that when we come to social media, we are losing our morals or what?
Yeah, the use of vulgar language has been increasing, but I think that is something that should be addressed by these the developers of this, or the owners of these social media groups.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think, like, for example, TikTok at one point, I think they're a bit strict. There are
Mm-hmm.
things that they don't want people to
Mm-hmm.
post, of which if you post, they will delete your account. So,
Mm-hmm.
as much as the world is growing, as much as technology is getting, we are getting into an era of technology. I think the owners of this social media should also take an initiative of protecting not only the users, but even the minors who are using the social media. Remember, social media, most of these platforms, there is no any good mechanism that is put in place to ensure that minors uh, are not also getting the contents that are being published in these groups. So it is upon the developers and the countries where these social medias operate
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to ensure that they make laws that are governing how the level at which these social media groups operate.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
so remember, different countries have different laws. So it is up to different countries to ensure that they also protect their citizens and the consumers of social media.
Okay. Um, Thank you so much, Makobura. And I know we are almost winding up because our time is up. But tomorrow we are having a guest all the way from Kisumu, is a Boda Boda operator. And tomorrow we just want to talk to him about the challenges that they are facing, especially as the Boda Boda guy. You remember during the campaign of 2022, the president himself promised hii serikali itakuwa ya mama mboga na watu wa bodaboda, but as it stands, I don't think it is serikali ya mama mboga na bodaboda. So we will engage because they also make part of our society, and so that we can listen to them and yeah, and come to know what are they facing or challenges, and to themselves there are also some of the things that sometimes they are doing that um, i- are not good. So kindly please, tomorrow don't miss out on our show as we have a conversation with a boda boda operator all the way from Kisumu. Maybe Makubura, before we wind the show, maybe something you can say.
I think social media has positive and negative impacts. The negative ones, I think the government or the developers should try to enact laws or ensure through their platforms that the negative bit is not really exposed, since it will affect negatively the lives of the people. But again, the positive one should be applauded, and anything positive should be encouraged by any developer or specific countries.
Okay, let me just say the following. Those who have actually been with us since we started this show: Nick Odiambo, thank you very much. Once again, Byron, thank you very much. Bernard Oindo, thank you very much. Victor Oteng, Tilen, thank you so much. We have Donald Kimaya, Alango Nyauyoma, thank you. Judith, thank you so much. Godia, always thank you so much for being here with us. You know, you've always supported this channel from day one. Thank you so much. And when we go to Facebook, we have Antipas, thank you so much. Matt Sly, thank you so much. uh Triple M Magoti is watching, thank you so much. And we have Mike Onyango, thank you so much, so much for participating and watching us. And don't miss out on tomorrow. We will be having a boda boda operator from Kisumu, and we will ask questions. If you're there and you have a question that you can ask the boda boda, kindly just write it down and share with us in the comment section. If you are new here, please share, subscribe, and like the video, and maybe go further and invite a friend. We will really appreciate you so much if you invite a friend, so that we can grow together, so we continue discussing things that are affecting us in our society. So with those few remarks, thank you so much for your time, and you're always important to us. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. This is Brother Benson with my co-host Mark Obura. Thank you so much. May God bless you, and may you have a good night.